Familia, Noir Familia.
32 minutes into the hour of, that is 4 p.m. That means that we are moving into the last 30 minutes, or we are in the last 30 minutes of the Urban Drive. And I have a surprise for you. You know, the song that you've just heard, it's actually a local song, guys. It's local and it's called Toxic Love Part 2. I would really like to hear what Part 1 is all about. But of course, we have the artist in studio. His name is Sauce. Sauce, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I am so hyped to be here.
I can hear that you're hyped to be here. Now, of course, you need to tell us about the song that just played, Toxic Love Part 2.
Okay.
What is it all about?
Well, you know, sometimes I believe we have to embrace our toxicity at some times because, you know, at times, you know, we're all toxic, but it's all made in gist, you know. I mean, don't embrace it too seriously, but, you know, sometimes, as you heard in the lyrics, you know, I'm toxic, you're toxic,
we are
she's
all toxic.
We're all toxic, you know. At times we're toxic, but, you know, I feel like it's okay to be toxic at certain times. For example, when you're turning up and you're having fun, you know, you don't have to think too much. You know, you can dance how you want to dance.
Yeah.
You can drink. You know, I mean, obviously be responsible, but
of course,
I feel like, you know, sometimes we need to let our inhibitions out, you know, in a healthy way. So that's just, you know, a fun song that, you know, you can go to the club and, you know, if you're feeling, you know, dangerous, if you're feeling like, oh, I'm feeling sexy today, or I'm feeling, you know, handsome today, you know, you just play that song and, you know.
You can dance on it. But what Sauce is saying is that he's also not saying that you need to harm the others while you're being toxic. Yeah. So please do take note of that. Now, of course, Sauce, you've had a few songs. You have a few songs out already. You've had singles, you've had albums. Tell us about that. Your journey as an artist when you started.
Okay, well, I've been rapping since like a young age. So let's say maybe I think 11 years or 12 years.
Okay,
you know, I grew up in an environment where MTV was always playing.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You know, how do you not, you know, how do you not see Puff Daddy and, you know, so.
Fall in love with hip hop.
Exactly. So, you know, from there on, my earliest memory was, when I was 13 and I was with the older kids because my brother was also into music.
Okay.
And I had a football game at the time, but they were going to the studio and they were like, you know, why don't you go to the studio with us instead of the football game? And I went to the studio, the rest is history.
The rest is history. Okay. So your first single, tell us about that.
My first single was Time to Get Paid. So that's a song that talks about, you know, struggles of getting paid in Namibia as well. And it talks about money and, you know, the influence of money. But it has also a little bit of swagger in it because I'm also talking about, like, one of the lines is like, no one haters because money is the magic.
Okay,
you know, so, you know, it's one of those things as well. It's just showing the influence of money, and also I also talk about how people are robbing at night, you know, through money. So it's just a concept that's surrounded about, you know, the struggles of money, the struggles of fame, but at the same time it's a bit braggadocious because.
Okay. Now, before we listen to Time to Get Paid, your journey as an artist, and you're talking about getting paid and all that, you know, what has your experience been and what have you learned from it?
Okay, the interesting thing about being a rapper is you're never allowed to be broke.
Okay.
So you know, you're never allowed to be broke. So even if I'm broke, I'm never broke. You know, you don't want to. So that's always the fun thing about being a rapper, because you can't go on the song and talk about your 16 cars or your whatever, and then they see you hustling for a taxi. You're like, what? So, you know, that's one of the things. But it is a journey when it comes to artist payment. I'm one of the people that believe artists need to get paid. Even the people I work with, I always make sure they need to get paid, because some people, they take artistry as a joke, but these are people that have invested their time, their talents into this craft. So, you know, they need to to get paid. And as well as, I always find it discouraging when parents always say that, I don't want my child to be an artist or a dancer or creative because they don't get paid. But to me, there's no price on passion.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we as a market, we need to rep our own. Namibians, like, not to call us out, but a lot of times we don't rep our own. If you see our Namibian DJs, they're playing, South African songs, or they're playing whatever songs. But I love what they do in South Africa. It's local music. It's, pride, national pride. So I think that's something.
That's something that's bound to happen in Namibia. I'm just saying because we do have that problem where, especially with artists, not being called up for shows and also not making it out there, Talking about collaboration, are you planning to collaborate with any other artists out there?
Right now, a funny story is
a while
ago, I met KP Ellis. Yeah, and one of the guys that I won't even lie, I know artists sometimes they don't want to give props, but KP was one of the guys, I heard his lyrics on, I think it's Levels with Young T, and he was the last verse. I was like, that's the standard.
Okay.
I was like, okay, that's okay. He has the bar, that's the standard. So, he's someone that I do want to work with at a point. So I've talked to him, and I hope he does keep in touch. And he's definitely.
He's one of the artists that actually takes the hands of upcoming artists and say, let's go. Are you saying that he's one of those good artists?
I think he's working on a project. He did reach out to me, so when that happens, I can fully vouch. So I can know. I spoke. Yeah. Okay. So it's still pending,
I spoke into the future.
Yeah, you spoke into the future.
But no, it's fine. KP Ellis, in case you hearing this, please hook the guy up.
Yeah.
Sauce. His name is Sauce, and you've worked with him, and you're planning to work with him in future. So hook up with him, man. And all the other artists, this is the time when you actually need to take the hands of upcoming artists and, say, let's go. Let's make Namibia better and bigger and great. Like the Americans would say, but we say, let's make Namibia great again. Okay, let's listen to Time to Get Paid by Sauce.
Time to get paid. 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 Time to get paid.
Yo, Wind Duck, it's been too long, man. But now I'm back. It's the new SMC out here. Sauce, yeah. Rappers be warned, man. I'm coming up. Check it. Young on the scene, been through lots you've never seen. I'm in Windhoek City where people get paid. I got paid last week, now chicks say I'm attractive. No one haters, cause money is the magic. Everyone trying to get paper, some looking for a savior. Don't look at me, I just rap, trying to get my wallet fat. Some people get money and get brainless. I stay smart, cause it's hard to be famous. I knew I had talent, cause I rap around artists like a planet. I'm the orbit, I go sick on the beat, making fans vomit. It's sauce, I just told it. Boy, so sick, yeah. On verse 2, critics say I'm heat, I bring death to the beat. Now protests are being held, employees on strike, people robbing at night, money and addiction. So take it easy, listen. It wasn't easy cause haters, they believe me. They like what type of name is Sauce. You ain't hot, you on frost. Now I'm ill, friends change, people strange, kept the same. Yeah, punchline to the jaw, my flow too raw, going harder than the core. And my ex jealous of the group peas. Damn, my life is just feeling like a movie, slow motion. It's the Winter Kid making beats, the hits. Don't you know I'm the shit? I'm the shit. I get ill, but I'm about to get iller. Cause I've been chillin' like the scoop on a vanilla. Waiting, being impatient, now I'm blowing up. Girls on my arms talking about my charm. I'm still in school, kids say I'm too cool, but I don't pay attention. Cause I've been doing too much time in detention. Yeah, MC's competition is me. I'm just spitting, I said it's time to get paid. Nothing more to say. Yo, Winter, you just heard it right here. The best new artist around the block. Best unsigned artist out here. Yeah.
And I'm out of here. And I'm out of here. And I'm out of
It is 43 minutes into the hour of 4 p.m. Before we move into the news bulletin, we have Source in studio. Now, of course, Source has been telling us about his journey as an artist, and he's a rapper, guys. Some lame words coming out of his mouth, ne? That was the song "Time to Get Paid." Now, of course, those lyrics, Source. Come on now. Okay, so Source, you know, you're saying that you've been rapping since you were like 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
You have a few singles out, you have a few albums out, and that is great. We need more of you, and hopefully in the near future you'll give us more. And speaking of the future, what events do you have coming up?
Right now, I'm gonna be at the Ochomisa Festival.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
nice.
So that's where you can catch me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also gonna plan to do local pop-ups. So you might see me, you know, if you're lucky on a day of vibing, you might see me at the Catch, or you might see me at Brewers Market, just performing and doing my things just at the local scene as well.
Okay.
So you know,
That's
be on the
nice.
lookout.
I'm actually looking forward to the Ochomisi Festival. That should be interesting because I think there was a first one before, but I've missed out on that one because of COVID.
Okay.
You know, but I'm looking forward to go see and experience a lot of local artists and local, crafts, being exposed in a good way. You know, when we hear the word exposed, we always think negative things, but in a good way, to see the talent out there that we have in Namibia. And so Source, any contact details, where can listeners and of course fans continue to look up for future events that you have or collaborations? Maybe there are upcoming artists that also want to collaborate with you. Give us your contact details.
All right. Let me first give my YouTube page.
Okay.
So all you good people of Namibia, you support your boy, especially the Tura. Shout out to the Tura. Shout out to my guy Uncle Joe in the Tura. But yeah, so it's Noir Familia Records. So Noir as in like how the French say black, and then Familia as in familia, like how the Spanish say family, and records. So Noir Familia Records. And you can contact me on Amutenya Vision on Instagram.
Okay.
For any artist who wants to collaborate, I'm always down. I feel like making content is, one of the biggest passions I have. So Amutenya Vision on Instagram. please hit me up.
Okay. So you're only on Instagram and YouTube?
I'm only on Instagram, on YouTube. Should I give my cell phone or should I give my email?
No, I'm not going to force you to do that.
Okay, no, I don't.
But,
Okay.
you know, maybe if they inbox you, you know, send you a private, maybe,
Okay.
then you can give contact details.
All right.
If you feel comfortable, you can give it right now.
Because
you're... Okay.
I'll give you my email.
Okay.
That's hendrik1913@hotmail.com. And unfortunately, I can't give the contact because too many ladies might hit me up, and that
Look
might
at
be
you.
a problem. So don't want any problems.
Mo guy feeling himself right here on the power station, guys. Sauce. It's a lekker sauce. Guys, he's very handsome. I'm just saying. I'm just mentioning it. He's got the lyrics and he's got the looks.
Hey.
I hope you're not a charmer. Because charmers are dangerous. But in any case, it might just be his swag, you know. Okay, so Source, thank you so much for coming through and sharing your music with us and our listeners. And of course, we hope that we will hear more from you in the near future.
Thank you for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Okay.
The vibe was amazing.
Nee, I'm that person. But in any way, any shout out to anyone specific? Thank you to, someone that stood by your side.
I gotta give a shout out to my cousin. He's really been helpful in this. So Chikamanya, you can check him on Instagram as well. Shout out to Uncle Joe. He's a good friend of mine. So I'll give him a shout out as well. And shout out to all our beautiful ladies in Namibia, man. You girls are killing it. So, shout out to you girls.
Look at him, you see? The charmer. Okay, thank you so much. And hopefully we'll have you back in the studio soon.
Definitely.
Okay, we continue with the show. This is the Power Hour coming on right after the news bulletin. It is Elsa B in your company till 6 p.m.
Saving is really important. Yes, we all know that. But how do I start? How can I really grow my money? Listen up. It doesn't matter how much you save. What is important is to create a habit of doing it and starting early. You just need to try. Here are a few simple steps to start saving today. Decide what you want to save for. Make a plan on how much money you want to save per month. Now be realistic. Don't set yourself up for failure. Always put money aside at the beginning of the month and save before you start spending. Decide where you will keep your savings. And when you decide on a saving option, don't forget to compare the